Welcome to the Holy Spirit's Curriculum of Joy podcast. My name is Wanaka Oberhuber, and I'm your host. Today, my guest is Barbara Saldanha Paz. Hi.
Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
You're very welcome. Yeah, I'd like to start out about a little outline of how you experience yourself at this time.
Okay. So I should say something about myself.
Yes, go ahead. Like the state of mind you're in, or
Let
the
me
way
tell
you
you,
feel
I am
about things and so
feeling
on.
great. I am full of joy. Life is beautiful. It's a wonderful time to be alive. And I am excited to what comes next, not only into my life, but in the world itself.
Yeah, wonderful. So that sounds like you must have gone a long way to get to where you are now, to this mindset. How did you get here?
First of all, being an eternal spirit, living the experience of being squeezed in a body for 54 years. And before that, a lot of stuff that we all bring to our lives, all the experiences of past lives. And here in Earth for these 54 years now, I've been through a lot. I was born in Brazil. I was born and raised in Brazil. I am in the Netherlands now. I have two sons that are in Dublin, and my family is spread in 7 countries. So I've seen a lot, I've lived a lot, I've been through a lot of challenges. And it's wonderful to be alive in this time. This is a special time to Earth, huh?
Yeah. And I also read your book that you shared with us. So
Okay.
I got a little idea of the ideas that are floating in your mind. Huh? Get an inside view a little bit.
Yeah, you know a little bit of me. Yeah, I wrote this book in a challenge in 10 days. It was really fun to do it, and I did it more than once. I am in the process of writing my second book this year, and I'm having a lot of fun. So you know a little about me. How did you feel this book? What are your
Yeah.
impressions of it?
Yeah, well, you're speaking of changing one's mindset, basically. And that's a very interesting thing. Like, you might have heard of A Course in Miracles and how it says, don't
Mhm.
change the world, but change your mind. And I think that's the same direction you're going in.
Oh, yes, because everything that happens in the world is a reflection of what's going on with you vibrationally. You cannot change the world if you don't change yourself first. It's a crazy stuff. You can only change yourself, and then the world is changed. When you want to change the world, it's like trying to change something in the mirror. That's insane. You cannot change the reflection in the mirror. First you change yourself, and then of course the reflection will be another one.
Yeah. In A Course in Miracles, it also says that we are love. So it's only our ideas about ourselves that needs to change, right? Because who we are is actually totally secure and safe.
All the time, we are aligned with the source when we are born. The babies know everything, and then little by little we begin to adapt to this world and to learn how to fit, and a lot of crazy stuff happens and we get out of balance. But we are love. There's only love in the world, and anybody who believes something different is blind. That's it. It's like light and darkness. There is no darkness, there is only the absence of light. So, where there's fear, where there's anger, where there's criticism, is the absence of love. You just have to go back to yourself and find your true essence, and everything will fit.
Yeah. In your book, you're speaking about seeing life as a game. Now, maybe you'd like to go deeper into that and describe what you mean by that.
Oh, that's a metaphor. I say that we are not the avatars, but when we are here in this game, we are so immersed in it that we believe that we are the avatars, but we're not. We are not the physical body. We are eternal spirits. We have a body. We are soul beings, eternal soul beings. And we are not this body that we believe that we are. But once we are here, we we are so immersed that we forget about that.
Yeah.
That is it.
Would you like to share about where your writing comes from or what your feelings are, where it comes from?
Comes from the knowledge of being somebody who's studying about that for a long time. I have also connections. We all have. I can talk to my spirit guides, and I can feel their presence. And of course, there's a lot of their influence in my writing. Of course, we are never alone. Even if we believe so, it's not true. We're always surrounded by the invisible beings, our true family, our spiritual family, and they inspire us if we are open enough to channel it. We also can capture the ideas that are dancing around us. If we tune in the right vibration, we find it all.
And by the way, your spirit guides are welcome to talk if they want
Oh, thank you so much.
to.
Oh,
Yeah, the other day our guest actually channeled a little bit for us, which was really beautiful.
oh, that is awesome. That's awesome. Amazing. I can hear voices.
Yeah. So, what would you like? What is the most, um, yeah, what is so important to you right now in your mind? What is the most exciting thing that's going on in your life?
What's going on in my life now? Exciting is that I have the need to create every day. Sometimes I write, sometimes I make videos, but I am always needing to put it out instead of sitting um, in front of a screen passively. Um, I don't. I almost never watch television, or I know what the things are going on in the world, but what people say. I try to disconnect to all those things and to create instead of just passively get the information that comes of the bad things that are going on in the world. I don't believe that. I believe we all knew that we were about to face the challenges that we are facing on Earth. It was all in already in our life contract when we came to Earth this time. Every time that we are born here, it's like um, a year that you go to school. you choose what you are going to learn, then you choose the right school. If you want to become a lawyer, you go to law school. If you wish to become a doctor, you go. So I think we choose our father and mother and siblings. They are the first team that we have to deal with. We choose the sex, the color, because we have many experiences. Then we come to this game, and in our life contract, we we get to choose the things that are more important, that are going to happen in our lives. We have free will once we are here to do it or not. We have many possibilities, and we have the opportunity to quantum jump from one to another as we choose. But the main story of our lives, we already know before we come, the lessons we have to learn. So I believe that we are all here in Earth at this moment, going through all the changes that world is changing, that Earth is going through. And we can do our best to help in those changes, in order to, because we are here to evolve, not only as individuals but as a collective, as human beings that we are. And we should be active in that, and not only passively watch as life happens behind the walls, or how do you say, ram, the window.
So what you're saying is there's a divine plan.
There's a divine plan, and there is our own plan.
And how does that work together? I thought there was only one plan.
Oh, yes, it's one plan, one big plan, but each one of us has free will to choose. Let's say, um, John, in a life before, um, used to deal with the slaves. So he's got to choose in this life if he's going to be a slave himself, or if he is going to set people free. The divine plan is to learn how to love unconditionally. But the way to do that is your personal way, your own way. Do you understand?
So what do you think of the idea that we already are sinless, guiltless, holy beings?
Oh, I believe we are holy beings. Of course, we have the divine DNA. And those who are not doing their best now, eternity is here for that. We are here to learn. We are all here to learn how to love unconditionally and to become the best version of ourselves, and to tune in our higher authentic selves. That's in my conception. We are all divine beings. And those who are not acting accordingly, they will still learn. We have many lifetimes to do that. If not now, then after, then in another world. There are infinite possibilities.
So how do you describe purpose?
Purpose, to me, I try to live a life with purpose. Um, When we are kids, we have many, many talents. And as we develop and grow up, sometimes we hide them, or we have like 10 talents and we choose to develop one of them. Purpose to me is put your own talents to your better and to improve the lives of people around you, because we are never alone. We are part of it. We are um, part of a chain. In order to go on, I have to pull and push, to be pulled and push. I have to hold hands to those who are in front of me and to those who are behind me. And I do that, living my life with purpose. I like to create and to spread love, to write, to make videos. What's your purpose in life? What's your mission?
Well, we all have a common purpose in forgiveness, to release all the beliefs in separation that we think are real, so that we can actually see who we truly are.
That's beautiful and true. That's beautiful and true. Hmm. Yeah, I like that, Monaco. Hmm.
You, this was your second book. You said you wrote a first book as well. What was that about?
I wrote a book in 2004. It was called O Poder Feminino. It was about the power of the subconscious to to attract what we want in life. How do we do that? It was long ago. This was before The Secret. It's called O Poder Feminino. Yeah, that's what was my book about.
Yeah, so you are saying, are we all fully deserving, or do we need to do something to be deserving?
No, we deserve everything. We are worthy just because we are. Of course. We are divine beings. We are born to be happy, to develop ourselves, to learn how to love unconditionally, to forgive, to be our best versions, to rise in tune with love, peace, enlightenment, and above. Hmm.
Now let's get into the writing.
Okay.
What methods and what topics, and how have you got into the flow of writing?
Oh, I was born to write. That that is one of my purpose. I was When I was at school, my teachers used to encourage me and say, "Oh, you are good in that. You should keep doing." And everybody who writes a lot also reads a lot. Enjoy reading, and I've got that from my father. He was a compulsive reader. He was always with a book in his hand, as I remember him, until the day he died. He was always with a book in his hand, and I've got this from him. I love writing, and I also, when you like to write, you like to read, And it's impossible to not learn when you read. When you read, you travel. Uh, you you see a bigger horizon. The knowledge comes. So writing is natural to me. It's something I just have to do. When I'm not shooting or editing, I'm writing or gardening. That's something I also do to keep me grounded. But I feel I've got a mission, a calling, and I do that through my writing, through my work. I feel I have a mission to encourage, engage, equip others to believe in their possibilities, to impact the life of everybody who reads my books, who watches my videos. I try to uplift, to inspire, empower, impact, support people, help them see things through a different point of view, find inner peace. And why not? Also entertain. I like to write in a light-hearted way. I put a lot of fun in my writing. Hmm. I'm committed to mine and to other people's growth. So when I'm in the mood of writing, I allow things to unfold. I just sit and do. How do you write?
There's various ways. Anyways, so yeah, writing is a inner calling, is
Yes.
to share what is wants to come. And so there's a lot of hindrances to writing that come up. And that's the same as with in A Course in Miracles, where it says you need to allow the Holy Spirit to remove the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. We have exactly the same issues with writing. And so how do you do that?
First, I prepare myself. I try to be in a line. I'm not going to write if I'm in a rush or if something took me out of balance. I take a walk and I make a little prayer or I listen to something that's inspiring to align myself with my best version, to align with the source. And then I let creativity comes through me and ideas flow easy out of me and onto the page. I try to write fearless. I put my heart and soul in my videos and in my books. That's how I do it. I share only love, knowledge, positive subjects, fun, and I don't allow social standards or expectations of others to dictate what I say or how I feel about my work. If somebody doesn't like what I write, it's their problem. They can close the book and read something else or watch television. They are not my audience. That's it. Simple as that, period.
That's a good question. Audience. What do you understand under audience?
My audience are people who resonate with who I am and with what I do. My tribe, my vibe attracts my tribe. So my audience is not everyone. Of course not. I'm sure, surely not. It's people who resonates with my ideas, who wants to see things from a different point of view, to not be blind, to awake a little bit. That's my audience. open-minded, supportive, and incredible how you can find them easily in days like today, because we are more at home, but on the other hand, we are near people from the whole world, isn't it? It's easier to find your tribe.
Yeah, we are connected worldwide,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even here in this group.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for that, by the way.
So I'll open the forum for questions. If anyone has a question, this would be a wonderful time to ask.
Let's see what comes. Come on, Julie, Elena. I'm curious. Shoot, please.
Okay, this is Julie. So thank you for all your wonderful words. I wonder if you've always been so sure and confident in what your purpose is here, and the comfort that you seem to not worry about what other people think. Just curious about how you got to that very peaceful, accepting place of your value.
Oh, this is something that I have in my heart so long ago, so long ago. Really, really. Um, more than 30 years. More than 30 years. I'm a very confident person, and if somebody doesn't like what I say, okay, they're not my audience. You cannot please anyone. You
So
cannot please everyone. That's what I
Can I
mean.
can I ask? I'm a psychotherapist, and so I talk with people, and a lot of times people are very wounded and have had, very negative, traumatic things happen to them, and you know, to have you say that you've been in this wonderful, loving place with yourself for all these years. Did you have a very loving upbringing where you were taught that, or did you come to it on your own?
I was raised in a very healthy environment. I was my father's little princess. He supported me a lot. Then I got married when I was 19, and I had a wonderful husband. That everything that I did was wonderful to him. So I've always had supportive people around me. I was never ashamed or anything like that. Not at all. So it's not in my. I was lucky, I should say. I was lucky. When I was like 15 or so, I used to be chosen at school to be the one who's going to do the speech for the class. I, I'm I have no problem to be in the picture or to be on spot. No problem. Oh, and there's something. There is a funny exercise that I did in when I was writing this book that maybe will help people who is afraid of what will other people say, because I came out of the spiritual closet long ago, but there's a lot of people who are trying to, but they are afraid of what other people may think. And this exercise is to write um, 1-star reviews to yourself. So when you do that, you take the munition of what other people will say. And I thought it was so funny to do that. I was jogging and doing that exercise, and I couldn't avoid to laugh all the way that I was doing my jogging and thinking about my 1-star reviews. It was really funny to do that. So that's one of the exercises. But people who are suffering bully and stuff like that, they tend to close themselves. But bully is a game of power. If you validate what other people say, if somebody says something about my mother, they say son of a, and I think, hey, this can either be true or not be true. If it's true, if my mother is what they say, so why would I bother? That's the truth. But then I look at my mother's pictures. She was always with my father, not always with a smile. And I see no evidences that she, she had done anything wrong. So why would I bother? I am not. So if people say something about you and it's truth, it's the truth, you wouldn't bother. If it's not the truth, of course you wouldn't bother either, neither. So I don't care. I really don't care what other people think. They are not my audience if they don't agree with me. If somebody says something, hey, this and that, and I don't agree with you, I just answer, okay, thank you for sharing. You are entitled to think whatever you want. That's it. I don't allow social standards or expectations of others. Say what I should write or think. I am myself. I'm like this. And I'm also not here to make proselytism. I'm not going to convince anyone that I am right. Because I may not be. Simple as that. I'm worthy anyway. That's it.
It's very beautiful. I think, when I work with clients in therapy, that's really what they want. They want to be seen, they want to be validated, they want to feel like it's okay just to be exactly who they are. Like for some reason people have been telling, people get told that they're not good enough or they should be a different way and they shouldn't, they lose touch with that inner knowing, you know.
It's
And
sad. It's sad. Yeah.
you're talking about just something that's coming up organically for you, your inner wisdom, and you're just hearing it and you're trusting it and you're living it. Whereas I think a lot of us, me included, we lose track of ourselves and start doing things because we think other people want us to do it, or we get off track. We're not listening to the inner voice.
Yeah. But eternity is here for that. We are here to learn, to evolve. I have maybe other issues that I am not aware, but this one, no problem.
Or is it also that you focus on the positive, versus highlighting the negative?
Well, yeah, everything and everybody has a good side and a bad side, and I try to tune in the best side of everyone, in the positive side of things. That's also yeah, that happens. That happens. But when you expect somebody to give you their best, that's often what happens. Can be exceptions, but mm. But when somebody doesn't give me their best, mm, life will take them out of my life in a way or other. Sometimes painfully, I've got to confess. And I will put myself in a vulnerable position here, admitting that I was with people that was not so nice, and I was always trying to tune with their best, but something bad happened, and then they got out of my life. That's it.
I'm guessing you listened to your inner voice that they had to go out of your life. They weren't good for you, and you made a change then. Is that what you're saying?
No, Julie, no, no, no. Um, no. I was always trying to do my best to be, to see them with good eyes, and they were not ready yet. But I stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed until a big shift happened. But um, I wish I have walked away earlier and not waiting for the big event to happen. But I I I keep believing in the humankind and the kindness in everybody. I really try to see the best in everyone, even if they are not ready yet. I tune with the nice human beings that they will become when they know that there is only love. Yeah. Answered, Julie?
Thank you. No, that was wonderful. Thank you.
No, thank you for making the question. Thank you. I love difficult questions. I really love them. They make me think. I'm a dialectic person. I like to know the whys behind the stuff.
Well, then let's go into some more difficult questions.
Oh, please go on. Be my guest.
So, what is your best self like?
My best what?
Your best self.
My best self. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. I try to be my best every day. I not always succeed, but every day as I wake up, I set the intention. This is going to be a great day. And I do my best to not hurt anybody or to not step in anybody's toes. But when the day ends and I'm ready to sleep again, I recall all the events that I had during that day, and I try to think, hey, what could have done better so I can improve for tomorrow? Should I have to apologize to anybody? Should I have done anything differently? Because we are always in the process of becoming our best versions. And I see a lot of improvement during the years, but I see so much I still have to learn. You know, this chart, this pie that you only have a small slice, and these are the things that you know. And then comes a bigger slice, the things that you don't know. And then almost, I don't know, um, 3/4 of the cake are the things that you don't know that you don't know. That's how it is. So the more I try to be my best version, the more I learn. I'm so far from that. I'm so far. I'm so far. I can learn to love more unconditionally. We are so conditional in our love. I still am. I can improve that. We sometimes say, I love you if you da 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 da, and you can fill the gap. I love you if you do this way or that way. it shouldn't be like this. I love you because the love is in me, because you are lovable, because love is in the air, because we should love unconditionally, not if this or if that. And that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. We had great teachers. We had Jesus and Buddha and Yogananda and Mother Teresa, and you can name. We had great teachers, and they came all and gave all the theory to us. But we have so many good teachers that are the people who are not nice, who do bad things, and we have to deal with them. They are really our good teachers. We've got to learn and to practice forgiveness, love, patience with those people that haven't found love within their hearts yet. And our great lesson now is to keep loving them even when they are not doing their best to deserve. Nice people deserve our love. Difficult people need them. Period.
Yeah, do you have a vision of what your best life looks like?
My past life, I've got sometimes un déjà rêve, un déjà vu, un déjà connu. Like when I walk in Paris and it's so familiar to me, or like the first time that I saw my ex-husband, the first second I laid my eyes on him, I said, "You are going to be the father of my sons, of my kids." And we were together for 25 years. And or my boyfriend now, I'm with him for 1 year. And 2 years before I met him, I had a dream with a wheelchair in my room. And it was the last day of my life. And I didn't know if this wheelchair was going to be for me or for my partner. And then when I met him, he uses a wheelchair. It's, oh, that makes sense. A dream that I had 2 years before I met him. So I don't have a clear vision of my past life, but here and there I have small pieces of puzzles that I put them together and I can have a glimpse of what happened. Do you know what was your past life? I
My
send the
best
ball back
life
to
is to
you.
be perfectly happy, no matter what that looks like. I don't know what it looks like.
And you, Julie?
I think I agree with you. I've had moments where something has just felt so familiar to me. But I would say I don't have very clear visions. I think I'm trying to be more open to that. But you know, I think I'm not feeling judged for thinking these kind of things. I'm still I grew up in, a way that was disbelieving of this, other realm, and so I think I'm just starting to make more sense of it, of
I
those feelings,
understand. I
experiences.
understand.
Like when you feel something's true and right and it resonates somehow beyond what you could know, those kind of moments, paying attention to them more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the more you pay attention, it gets clear. The more it comes to surface.
And it's about trusting that it is real, because I think in my work with clients in therapy, it's about helping them hear that voice inside of them that knows the answers, as opposed to listening to everything they've been told. And I guess that's kind of my experience too. I'm trying to shift, and I'm trying to do a lot of writing, and sometimes I get blocked because I'm hearing other voices that were telling me to do things versus the knowing of what is inside of me.
Okay. And where do you hear those voices? Are people that tell you things, or is it inside of your head? Or
I think currently it's about the critical voice within myself.
okay, I get. But yeah, we are born with more than the five senses that we are used to, that we touch and see and smell. We have more senses than that, and the more we pay attention to a sixth and a seventh sense, the better they get. You have to sit in the power and allow them, and invite the spiritual world to act and to help develop your talents and ampliate your talents. Look up about that. Sit in the power, Julie. It's something to you.
Look up what? Sitting in the...
Sit in the power. Yeah. Sit in the power.
Okay.
You're gonna like that. I'm sure. It's something for you.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
So, welcoming love into your life. How do you deepen that?
Sorry, how do you deepen?
The welcoming of love in
Oh,
your
the
life.
welcoming of love. Oh, that's a beautiful question. What about not being judgmental, being impeccable with your word? Open your mouth just to bless, to be grateful, never to complain or to blame or to shame or to criticize. Being impeccable with your word. That's the first step. If you wish to say something and it's not constructive, not positive, pick up a glass of water, put the water in your mouth, and don't swallow and don't spit. Just hold the water inside your mouth until you don't feel the need to criticize or gossip or shame or blame or complain. Just use the power of the word in a positive way, beginning with that. Surround yourself with focus and creativity. Seeing your relationships already improved and your goals manifested. That's a good way. What is your way?
Well, one of the steps is listening ever more to the voice of love from within, because I do get caught in the voice that would speak for shame and blaming and arguing and so on, and to shift again back to the voice for love.
Mm-hmm. That is beautiful.
Yeah, so it's actually seeing people as innocent, learning to see them as innocent. I have set out the goal to forgive the world, to see the forgiven world instead of the one that I've been seeing now. And it's quite an amazing journey.
And a challenge. As an empath, I say to you, learning to see the world in its innocence and see everybody as a great human being, and be still inside your skin and protect yourself is really a challenge. It's a challenge. It is. To see the divine in everyone. Sometimes they're not ready yet, and you keep insisting, then it's a challenge to me. Yeah.
Yeah, to see it as a call for love rather than a reason to attack, defend.
Yes. I try to tune within the power of God that's within me and surrounds me. And this energy builds my motivation and strength, and the way I see people that are around me. And I try to see the best in everyone. And be impeccable with my word, not blame or complain, and edit my story and rewrite it as a wiser person. To forgive others and release them. Forgive myself also, not being judgmental, to witness the divine in everyone. I think what everybody wishes is to live a life drama free. But we are
Peace of mind.
co-creators.
Peace of mind as our only goal, our
Peace of,
only purpose, right?
yeah, and experience even greater levels of love, kindness, generosity, harmony, peace, wisdom, joy, grace, bliss, flowing easy through life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
would you like to share some of your experiences that you've had with those feelings or those yeah, that type of knowing that it's there for you?
What can I say? Mm, I we are co-creators here in the world, and not everybody is yet in the same level. Although we are, everybody is going to get there. It's like a stair. Some are in the steps higher and some below, but we are always. Everyone will do it. Will make it. So when somebody is difficult in your life, when you have 4 kids and one of them is difficult, this one needs more attention, this one needs more love, this one needs more of you. um, and I'm trying to stick to my commitment to love unconditionally, but sometimes I need to also put boundaries, to not allow people to hurt me. When you are all the time nice and nice and nice and nice, sometimes you break nose, or in this case, your heart. But doesn't matter. Every day the sun rises and teaches us the lessons of new beginnings. And everything passes. The good and the not so good. Everything passes. We are here to learn, to evolve, and we will all make it. Now that we are not allowed to be so socially with many people at once, I try to surround myself with wise people with whom I can learn, grow, nourish myself. I invite more kindness to my life. But it's not always possible if somebody is in a relationship with a narcissist or with an abuser. They are in survival mode. And I understand how difficult this can be. I understand. But you have to keep giving your best and loving and praying and seeing the divine in everyone. And choose thoughts and vibrations that create a wonderful life. And take your life and dreams to the next level. And pray to have more clarity in your thoughts and more love in your heart. And to learn and keep evolving, because we are here for that. We are already pure love.
Yes. And recognizing that is a thing that can seem impossible at times.
Sometimes it's difficult, but you have to try to enjoy life. And each day brings a demonstration of the power and the wonder of the universe in you. And try to be serene and to be in balance no matter what happens around you. To be centered in truth and peace, confident. Yes.
So you were speaking about having eternity
Mm-hmm.
at our beck and call, so that you are not in any rush to get somewhere or to experience something particular or so on. You have all the time you need.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. When we are 18, we are such in a hurry, but when you are 54, as I am, you just enjoy each day as it comes and reinvent yourself. Oh, life has so many turns you wouldn't believe. Everybody's life is a novel. So many things happen. Just enjoy the ride. Like a journey to Ithaca. The goal is not the harbor. The goal is to enjoy every single day the journey itself.
And one of the thoughts in A Course in Miracles says, infinite patience leads to instant results.
Oh, that's powerful. That's powerful. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Infinite patience
Leads to instant results.
Leads to instant results. Oh, awesome.
because I think you're speaking of that feeling that having all the time you need means that you immediately have this relaxation response, as they used to call it.
Yes, and not only that, it takes you to a place of confidence where all the things are known and understood. Like the other day that we were talking, I said, don't wait for the perfect sunset. I'm here at my window seeing a lovely sunset. Here in the Netherlands, the sun is going down now. Oh, what wonderful orange colors! No, and we have eh, all the time in the world. We have everything. Just enjoy life. Enjoy every moment as it comes. See yourself as a winner. Learn things. Be curious. Yeah. And the other day we were talking about writing. And I said, don't wait for the perfect sunshine or for the bubbles in the glass to be sparkling and for the planets to align. Just take massive, imperfect actions towards your goal and do it. Don't get worried about what the other people will think. Just do your thing. This is so magnetic. That's so nice. That's gives you so self-confidence, not having the need to be perfect, allowing yourself to begin something and to fall down and begin again, not caring. If when a child begins to walk, if every time they fall, you go there and you say, hey, you fell, la, 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 they're never going to learn how to walk. So about writing, just write. Make a bad first drawing and draft and then rewrite it many times until you find that's good. And don't demand perfection from yourself because that's not going to happen. It's like painting forever the same painting. Don't do that. Just comes one day you say, okay, ready. Somebody likes it, great. If they don't, there will be someone who's going to see it with the eyes of wonder. Don't demand perfection from yourself or the perfect timing to do your thing, whatever your thing is. Don't wait for somebody to say you are allowed to. Allow yourself. Just go and do. Good or bad, do it your own way. Don't be shy. Yes.
So have you heard the thought that trial and success rather than trial and error?
No, I haven't heard that thought, but yeah.
So the idea behind it is that
Mm.
all trial always is success, because even if it didn't work out, you learned something, and so that is a success.
Oh, that's perfect.
And so So every trial is a success in itself. And one of the examples one takes for that is people like Edison developing the light bulb. How many times it didn't work until he got the one that worked. So that was a success, right? Because he found out so many ways that it didn't work.
Hmm. Makes perfect sense, and I totally agree. Yeah. You buy yourself experiences
So,
until you succeed 100%. You have to exercise a lot.
yeah, another thing that might be interesting in this connection is that failure, uh, in the sense that something doesn't work, doesn't mean that that's going to be your experience every time. The day will come when it's different. And
Hmm.
it can be now. It's already a success to actually be doing it.
Hmm. Yes, great. So be a yes to everything that comes. Don't be afraid of anything. Just do it.
And in A Course in Miracles, there's the thought that there is no sin because sin can't be corrected. There's only mistakes that can be corrected easily.
Yeah, I don't believe in sin. What's a sin?
Yeah.
I think there are two things that you shouldn't do anyway. Is kill yourself or kill somebody else. But all the other stuff you can correct the mistakes.
Yeah. Well,
Beside those two, anything can be done and redone and make up for.
since in A Course in Miracles it says the world is a dream or an illusion, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a projection of our guilt, of thoughts of separation. So everything can be corrected because it's just a thought in our mind.
And a thought can be changed.
Exactly.
It's just a thought. Yeah, and I believe the world is a projection, and that's a bit what I say. The metaphor that I use to say that life here in Earth is a video game. We are not this avatar. We are the pilot, not the plane.
Yeah.
Hmm. So I say yes to everything that comes. I'm not afraid of beginning from scratch again or to try something new. Actually, I'm excited when something like this happens. I've got to do something for the first time again. I love to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful that you can see it that way and experience it that way.
Yeah, I feel alive.
Because for many it's an experience of devastation before they can actually move on.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. People are afraid of leaving the comfort zone, even it's not so comfort. But I'm an adventurous person. I like to see myself as adventurous. So I'm yes to changes. Like Heraclitus says, you don't cross the same river twice. Mm. So I like to be unapologetic of who I am and what I want and what I do and what I write or what I put in my videos.
Yeah, and going out there can be very scary for many people. And yes, anything you do can have consequences, of course, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
But
Every
if you
child.
don't do them,
Mhm.
you won't even find out what those consequences are.
To every choice, there's a price to pay. If you know the price in advance, it's okay. Sometimes you don't know, but yeah, there are consequences.
Yeah.
You plant, you harvest.
So giving is receiving. Have you heard that?
Sure, sure. Yeah. You can also call karma.
So, any more questions? Do you have a question, Barbara?
Yes. What is the book that you are working?
Right now, I haven't really been writing a book per se. I've been sharing posts since a long time
Okay.
about A Course in Miracles. I've been publishing this podcast,
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, by the way.
and I've been hosting this writers group where we meet once a week. And right now, we're hosting this podcast today.
Mm-hmm. And thank you once more for inviting me to talk.
Yeah, so I know the writing is happening. I have written a lot in my life. But
Mm-hmm.
what the next book will actually be
Mm-hmm.
and whether it will be published has not been determined yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, my dear. Yes.
Is there a question that you would have liked me to ask you?
No, 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 I don't. I didn't plan in anything. I wanted it to be fresh.
So you spoke of your guides. How do you experience them, and do you have names for your guides, or what does
No,
it look like?
I don't have names for them. And I my memory of talking to them clearly is when I unfold when I sleep. I when I have extra body experiences during the night. Many people don't. We have two types of dreams. We have the dreams that are a digestion of the things that are going on in our lives, and we have dreams that we unfold. And this is something natural that anybody can do, but we not always remember them when we come back to the physical body. But I have clear memory of those when I'm flying away, or when I'm attending to a course, or when I'm talking to my guides. I don't know their names, but sometimes I have visit from my father, or from people that are my soul family, my spiritual family. And when I wake up in the morning, it's clear in my mind. And that helps me to write, or to create a video, or to know what should I choose in a path that I am having doubts. They give me advice. And we have around 60,000 thoughts in our heads every day, you know. They are pretty much the same, but some of them, they are there that our guides are inspiring us to do something instead of another thing. And we should listen, because when we don't listen, there is this gut feeling that something is going to go wrong. And it's often right. So that's how I experience my guides. I can feel them by my side, like someone throwing alcohol in my back. I've got chicken skin. or when they talk to me when I'm in an extra body experience. That's it. And you?
Yeah, well, I have the feeling that Yeshua is my guide, and he's been with me since a long time. But I've had others before. One of the main ones was called John, and he was helping people connect with their guidance.
Nice. It's important that everybody knows that everybody has a spiritual guide. Huh? It's not a privilege. We all have a spiritual guide. And sometimes the guides change during life. And there are so families, and they are not angels with wings and crazy stuff like that. They are spirits just like you and me, except for the fact that they don't have a body, but they are our family. They are our friends from past lives, or like a teacher or a coach. And they are also not by our side 24/7. It's just when we need, or when we call, or when we want something, and we pray and try to connect. I also made a video about that.
Okay. Yeah.
So if somebody wants to know a little more about that, they can find in my video how to connect to your spirit guide. You can find in my YouTube channel that is Quantum Babs. Quantum Babs.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
How else can one get to know you or connect with you?
It's easy through my YouTube channel. I try my best to answer all questions and every comment that comes. I try to answer in 24 hours. It's not always possible, but I do my best. Or yeah, basically through YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish to thank you for inviting me here. It was a great experience. I felt very comfortable.
Yeah.
And thank
Wonderful.
my gratitude.
Thank you for coming and sharing so much.
Mm.
Yeah, and answering all the questions, even the difficult ones.
Yeah. My pleasure.
Thank you, Barbara. You're so brave,
Oh,
so adventurous
Elena.
person. You just, you're just amazing, brave. Your
Oh,
adventure.
Elena,
I
you
love
came.
you.
I love you too, Elena. You are so sweet. Thank you for coming out of the closet by the end. Letting
So,
us hearing your
Yes,
voice.
I'm here. I'm listening.
I
I
know.
love listen. I
so
try to listen.
please spread the word about the podcast so people can hear it.
Of course, it's going to be my pleasure.
Yeah, it's on pretty much all platforms. So when you go to the podcast page, you can choose which platform to listen to it on. And I would be very happy to get reviews so that more people find it.
Oh, it's going to happen for sure. Your good work is going to be known for more and more and more people.
Thank you. Yeah, then I will end the recording. Thank you to everyone for listening and paying attention and being willing to join us in this amazing journey of getting to know ourselves and choosing to be who we are openly, or more openly than we've been daring to do so far. Yeah, love and blessings to everyone.
Thank you so much. I wish everybody my best vibes, peace, love, and namaste.